Hey everybody, how's it going? Take two at this shit. Happy Friday to all you guys. If you ladies and gents were tuned into what was supposed to be Fandom Empire Live, we just had a bit of a blip and the internet went out. They're doing construction in this area and they've hit something the other day that's just has everybody's internet in the area just sort of wonky. So did what I could from my end, restarted the router and the modem, and here we go. Let's hope we can get through this abbreviated edition of Fandom Empire Live. Reno will not be joining us this time around. We only had him for about 15-20 minutes, and sadly, the internet outage sort of killed his part on this. But big thanks to him for volunteering his time. Again, Fandom Empire would not be anywhere close to where it is today without that young man and all of his contributions over the years. All right. This is Fandom Empire. I'm your host, Sean, and I need a fucking drink. I don't know about the rest of you. So we're going to start with that. All right, so this is what we're going to cover here. For those that already paid attention or were already tuned in, we were just talking about the 160 drive-ins that are being built in Walmart parking lots across America, which is great. You know, if you haven't experienced a drive-in movie, I don't know if a Walmart drive-in is going to give you that proper atmosphere of a normal drive-in movie. However, I do believe that it'll be close. You know, again, apologies if the internet goes out here. Hopefully it doesn't and we can get through this thing, but no promises. I don't know if Walmart drive-in is going to have the feel of a normal drive-in, guys. I really don't know if it will or not, but I think it'll be close. That said, I've already been getting messages, oh, drive-in theaters are being built. This means Halloween Kills is going to get released, right? Sadly, no. You know, unless that number becomes 1,500 or 2,000 of them, which, you know, isn't impossible, but would cost a lot of money. And they're not that hard to build, to be honest. These are going to be makeshift drive-in theaters. They're not going to be permanent ones. Yeah, actually, you know what, man? Here in Oshawa, where one of the big Walmart super centers are, is basically right where an old drive-in theater used to be. So that's kind of neat. But yeah, no, they're way too lame up here to do that. Although I'd go. It would beat driving out to Port Hope or Lindsay. So yeah, no, I mean, it's cool. It's a fun little thing. It'll be great for movies that are being re-released, classics to go with the family or the wife or the girlfriend or the boyfriend and just, you know, see a movie. But this isn't, you know, a gateway to a bunch of, you know, big ticket releases right now. It isn't. Again, that number would have to go from 160 to probably 1,500 to 2,000. And even at those numbers, it's half of the amount of theaters that are across the United States. So, again, I don't think it's a game changer, but it is a fun little news item. Jake D, what the fucking fuck? Yeah, man, that's my life right now, dude. Is there any chance that Jake D is actually Jake Damon? That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting indeed. All right, guys, so this is what we're going to talk about in this episode of Fandom Empire Live. If we can get through it without any more, you know, disasters hitting us. We're going to address some rumors going on there about the release of Halloween Kills, you know, how it might be released, when it might be released. And we have some email questions in, so we're going to get to those. We have an announcement about a giveaway that we're going to do. And so the giveaway will actually happen in August, but you'll have until then to sign up for the giveaway. Have some announcements about content, a question for you guys, and some possible events to look out for on the horizon that could affect Halloween Kills. So let's dive into this. First up, guys, it sounds like Tenet is going to get pushed back again, this time to Labor Day weekend. And, you know, obviously that's not great news. I wish I was on here telling you guys that, yeah, the movie's coming out. That's great. Fantastic. Just not the case. Not the case at all. Apologies. Just got a message. Need to check it in case it's pertaining to the stream. Looks like it is. Hey, Alvaro, what's going on, man? All right, guys. So anyways, let's dive into this. Tenet being backed up more than likely to Labor Day weekend. I don't know if that's 2 or 3 weeks. Obviously not great news. Probably affects all the other movies that are behind it. Probably won't be the last time it's backed up. And we're probably not going to see actual theaters open with restrictions anytime soon. You know, I don't know if any of you guys listen to the John Campea show, whether you like John or not. John is accurate. John is one of the most accurate people on YouTube about all things in the industry, period. Whether you like his personality or not. And he's saying basically don't expect movie theaters to open anytime soon, and I tend to believe him. All right, what else do we got here? Again, abbreviated episode. Again, if you guys want to interrupt at any point, you can get your super chats in. We're going to turn to questions here in a bit. For the questions, we'll probably keep them to just Halloween-based for today, unless it's a super chat, then you can talk about whatever you guys want. All right, so look, you guys see the thumbnail. The thumbnail clearly shows Halloween Kills. Toronto Freddy can't stand that guy. Where is he here? Yeah, Campea can be a bit much, but the one thing he is always is he's reliable. Say what you want about him. Dude's reliable. All right, guys. So let's talk about a rumor that's going around. And so I got a message the other day, and I'm going to read it to you guys. If you're a Patreon supporter, then you've already seen the message. But if you're not, I'll give you the lowdown on what the message was. And this is from one of our sources. Again, pure rumor. We're not saying this is definitively going to happen. Just something you should keep in the back of your mind and that is being considered at the moment. All right, so where are we here? Don't sleep on Halloween Kills ending up with some sort of streaming service deal. Netflix bracket, question mark. Lots of moving parts. Remember, there's a reason Halloween Kills hasn't been backed up yet. If it was a done deal that it was going to be backed up, it would already be backed up. Don't let anybody who's telling you they've decided to back up yet sway your opinion on what's going to happen. Facts are, they don't know at this point. Lots of moving parts, lots of teams. Could end up in a stalemate, but nothing close to conclusive yet. Still a 50-50 game, despite what's going on in the world. So, I don't know about the rest of you guys and gals, but that's interesting because, as you know, most of the information we get here on the channel is fairly accurate. They're not saying there's a done deal with Netflix. Let's go over some of the numbers here. I've seen some people, and they're entitled to their opinion, commenting before this video ever went live that there's no chance Halloween Kills is going to Netflix. No way. Just, it's impossible. Yet those same people are the same people that are going on about Halloween Kills will go to VOD. You watch. VOD is no guarantee. It is based on results. It's based on how many people order it, whether it's $20 or $30, you name it. At least with Netflix, Universal and company, you know, all the other companies that are involved in the production of this film, would get a cut. They would absolutely get they would get a check cut for them, basically. You know, it would have to be a pretty big check. It's not going to be $250 million, which is probably what they're hoping for this movie. And I was talking to Jimmy Champagne the other day, and both him and I sort of said, yeah, that's probably what they're using as their excuse to not release it right now and want a full theatrical release when times are normal, is they think it can make $250 million. Like the rest of you guys that are watching the stream right now, I'm a big Halloween fan. Love Halloween. $250 million is a lot of money. First off, nobody predicted Halloween 2018 was going to do that. Nobody did. Secondly, to expect the second movie to turn around and go snatch another 250 is unrealistic at best. Because typically, not all the time, but typically sequels make less. It's just the way it works. Not considerably less, still good to make a lot of money, but if their goal is $250 million for Halloween Kills, regardless if it's going to be better than Halloween 2018 or not, it's not realistic to what happens in the industry. Although one would argue that maybe these are not realistic times and normal industry standard times, so those things shouldn't be applied right now. Time will tell, but you never know. Frank says in the chat, Frank, one of our good moderators here, it's going to be pirated if it goes streaming. Yes, that's a major concern. Look, there's a big difference between someone pirating a, crappy handheld footage and putting it out on the internet and it looks like complete and utter dog shit. Hey, there's our buddy Manny. Hey, if I go to the local Cineplex and I say to my good buddy here, one of the mods in the chat, Toronto Freddy, and I say, hey, just keep an eye out. I'm going to record this movie on even on my iPhone 11. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to record Halloween Kills and then pirate it. It's going to look and sound like shit. So if people have the option of watching a shit version of it or paying to go to the theaters, they're going to pay to go to the theaters 9 times out of 10. However, if this thing goes on VOD, it's pirated within the first 12 hours. Not at low quality either. We're talking 4K shit. It'll be pirated, and immediately the opportunity for sales will go way, way down. That's why when the Netflix possibility is brought up, strictly rumor, we're not saying it's happening, so please don't go around saying, Fandom Empire is saying that, Halloween Kills is going to Netflix. It's not the case, but it's a possibility. Going to any streaming service allows Universal to get cut a check. Now, would that check be $100 million? Maybe. 150? Might be a little bit on the high side. But I'll tell you right now, if they have a chance to take a $150 million check or wait a year and hope that things are better, they're going to be pressured to take that $150 million check, guys. It's not about making a little money. It's about making a lot of money. And with Netflix, you really don't have to market all that much. So you're going to save money there, too. And anyone who says, well, Netflix would never pay that. Netflix just last year paid $16 billion in licensing fees. Just for one single calendar year, $16 billion. So the idea that they would never do this for a big ticket movie is just asinine because it's out there and it is a very realistic possibility. Would I bet on it? No. At the end of the day, I think we still have the same problem that I've been talking about for a while now, guys, and that is you're running into the fact that there's too many chefs in the kitchen. Universal wants one thing. Blumhouse wants another thing. Trancas just wants the green like they always have. It is what it is. My question for you guys here. I want to get the chat involved in this. Again, if you guys want to interrupt, send in a super chat. If not, just keep piling the questions in the chat and we'll get to them a little later. My question for all of you guys, and there's 50 of you right now watching. By the way, the 52 of you guys that are watching right now, guys and gals, I know you were dropping likes like crazy in the last stream that the internet dropped in. Take literally 2 seconds right now, as Toronto Freddy pointed out in the chat, one of our mods here. If you appreciate what we're doing, and maybe you can't afford the super chat, and maybe you can't afford the Patreon, the easiest way to help us out right now, guys, is click that subscribe button and drop a like. It takes 2 seconds, and if you appreciate what we're doing here, it helps a ton. And for those of you that want me to stop saying that, it's not going to happen. It's part of the gig. Frank is right. Amazon is a real possibility. Think about this. Amazon is going to do a Fallout game. A Fallout show exclusive to Amazon. How's it going, Matt? Matt is in the chat, one of our Fandom Empire staff members. He's also a Patreon supporter as well. Big hey to Matt. You would have heard him on the second episode of the Camp Haddonfield podcast. Frank is right, though. Amazon has just boatloads of money. They could go exclusive Amazon. Again, it would get pirated, but they're considering everything at this point, guys. Now, a movie like Tenet is different than a movie like Halloween Kills. You can be the biggest Halloween fan in the world, and if you think it's going to make the amount of money that Tenet's going to make, I got some swampland in Florida to sell you, because it's just not going to happen. Tenet, Chris Nolan, it's going to hit. It doesn't matter how good the movie is or bad. I'm not sure Christopher Nolan's ever made a bad movie. It's going to do amazing numbers. So that movie is going to wait on the box office because it can't regroup its money. But Halloween Kills, who spent in and around $30 million to make this movie, although they did get the rebate, which drops it down closer to $20 million. It's a lot easier to justify going to a VOD or an Amazon even, or Netflix, and getting a big check cut for you because you're not covering that much. And yeah, there'll still be some marketing, but it's not going to be the level of what normal marketing would be under a normal release calendar. Going to get to Billy's question here in the chat. Again, we're not going to be, if people want to get their questions read at any point, drop a super chat. If not, we'll just be picking and choosing what we read here as best as we can, guys. It's a short show. But Billy's question's pretty vital to what we're talking about. If it were to be released on Netflix, would it still be released on Blu-ray eventually? Might be a dumb question, but a need-to-know question. That all depends on the licensing agreement that's in place. If it goes to Netflix, which is a huge if, I still would not bet on it. Billy, at the end of the day, it depends on the agreement they have in place. If it's a 1 or 2 year deal, it would probably go to Blu-ray after that deal is done. If it's, a really lengthy deal for big bucks, and in order to net, $150 million check from Netflix, it's probably going to be more than just a 1 year deal. No, you would have to wait a bit. This is the thing that Jimmy Champagne was talking about when he was on. That's the problem, that we're already in part 2 of a trilogy now, or if you include the original Halloween, a quadrilogy. And if you go VOD, if you go streaming service, it's going to sort of take the way that you view this trilogy and tamper with it a bit, because it's not going to be, you're not going to have the same access that you do, or the same things that you do with the other film. Although one would argue, as much as I like Halloween 2018, they went really low budget on their Blu-ray and was really disappointed with what they offered. Wayne in the chat, Wayne, big-time supporter of the channel here, says he's old school, but thinks we just need to be patient and be safe, wait this out, and give this movie a real theatrical release like it deserves. Wayne, that's pretty spot on, man. And this channel's going nowhere. So if the bad news comes that we're going to have to wait a while for a Halloween Kills release, then, it happens. But we have so much more that we can talk about on this channel. So much more about Halloween. Like, this is like just one of my little doodle notebooks at my desk. All these right here on this paper are different live stream topics and pre-recorded video topics we have coming out. Frank sends in a super chat. Way too generous, good sir. Just for the channel and the great content. Big thank you, Frank. Certainly appreciated. Again, I just want to remind everybody, anybody that wants to donate to the channel away from super chats, you can do that via PayPal. Just contact me. If you want to send in super chats to support what's going on here, that's great too. And even though we only get, I think it's 55 to 60% of a cut from all the super chats that come in, everything that comes in goes right back into the channel, guys. All this that you see behind me, which is kind of cluttery, you're going to see some big changes in the next month or so to come. Might take a little longer than that. The presentation of the show is only going to continue to get better with the support we have here at the channel. We just brought on a new staff member. I'm not going to dive into that, who is going to really help pump up what's going on with the website and all that much more. But again, anytime you guys send money in, it's not going for me to, take a trip to Burger King and down a couple of Whoppers. No, it's going right back into the channel for all your viewing pleasures. And we do have a lot coming up for you guys, including a huge giveaway that we're going to address here in about 10 or 15 minutes, that if you're a Halloween fan, I think you're going to want to get in on this. I don't want to call it a straight-out giveaway because it's a bit of a draw more than a giveaway. But yeah. Nick in the chat, how's the mask situation going? Nick, we're going to address that, and we have a treat for you guys. But before we go any further, I don't want to lose my place completely. Look. Let me ask you guys in the chat. I never did get to this before the super chat came in. If you had the choice between seeing this on VOD and paying a one-time fee of, let's say they go big with this one, they go $30. Let's say it's $30 to see Halloween Kills on VOD. Might even be more because of that risk of it being pirated. No doubt, Toronto. No doubt. So let's say Halloween Kills is $30, guys. Would you rather Halloween Kills go to VOD, or would you rather it get purchased by Amazon, where you got to pay for an Amazon subscription, or Netflix, where you got to pay for a Netflix subscription? At the end of the day, guys, if you love this movie, I know it's easy to pirate things, but make sure you pay to see the movie. Because if they do go the unlikely route of releasing this thing without a theatrical release, or a worldwide theatrical release, that is, they're going to need every cent they can to justify making Halloween Ends. The biggest thing people are forgetting right now, or don't even know about, is that Halloween Ends has not been filmed like they intended to. Halloween Ends was supposed to go back to filming, and believe me, if for whatever reason this movie bombs, it's going to be not good, and it will hurt Halloween Ends. Johnny in the chat says VOD for sure. Evan the movie guy says he already has Netflix, so I guess Netflix, but neither do theater. I want to see it in the theater too, man. I'm willing to go through the restrictions, have a mask on, you name it. I think there's something special about even like a 50% filled theater. Gabrielle, being from Toronto, I can't stand the people in our theaters. They don't shut up. Look, the wife and I went to see It Chapter 2 last year, and we're with the sister-in-law and this young teenage, I don't know if they were a couple or friends, but the couple or friends, these two young women were sitting behind us. And the entire movie, they wouldn't shut up. They would not shut up the entire movie. What was It Chapter 2? Like 3 hours long almost? It didn't stop. And then I wasn't going to cause a scene during the movie. But literally once the movie ended, and this probably gives you an idea of what type of person I am, I got up, I turned around and looked at them and literally said, the next time you come to a movie, try shutting the hell up so you don't ruin it for the rest of us. And I said it loud enough for the entire theater to hear. And the looks on their faces were like just utter disbelief. And I could tell other people were pissed off, but nobody had the guts to stand up and say something. And it's fucking terrible. It was a horrible experience. Terrible. I haven't been to Yorkdale in a long time. This was in Oshawa where we had this issue, so... Frank Reicher says, seating every other seat and multiple showings on multiple screens 3 different times. Yeah, there's going to be all sorts of things considered right now. But the thing that I'm worried about is if the U.S. has to start from square one again, that's pretty much the KO punch. So, Toronto Freddy says, 63 of you mother Canuckers in this chat. Drop a like if you like what we're doing. Again, guys, if you can't support us on Patreon and you don't want to drop a super chat to get your questions in and support the channel, the easiest way to support the channel, the most free way to support the channel. Drop a like. It takes 2 seconds. There's 64 of you guys. If you appreciate what we're doing on this channel, drop that mother flipping like and click that subscribe button. I had a guy earlier today message the channel. Is it going to be 2 hours of telling us to drop a like or click the subscribe button? That's the gig, man. If you don't like it, there's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. Sorry, but it's the truth. Toronto Freddy honestly can't stand the fuckers who need to be on their phone. Mikey boy, Mike, how's it going, man? Have an announcement coming soon, man. Pertains to you. You know what it is, though. So, all right. Again, guys, we're going to jump into some emails here that we've had sent in. I think we have 8 of them. So we'll go through some of the emails. Again, if you want a question to definitely be read on the show and you can't afford to super chat, the best way to do that is to send the question in before the show goes live. FandomEmpireLive@gmail.com. Excuse me. And we can get them that way. So we're going to read some of the emails. And if anybody wants to send in a super chat or send in more questions pertaining to anything Halloween or what has to do with the release, we'll get to that. More on Netflix in a bit. More on rumors about the end credits. Like, where did people pull this shit from? So we're going to dive into the end credits in Halloween Kills in just a little bit, because there is some really fake shit going around, and we just want to, clear that up. Hey, look at that. We're up to 21 likes. Keep dropping those likes, people. Or maybe I'll sit here and say nothing until we get more likes. Okay, yeah, we're going to address the end credits, make an announcement. We're going to talk about Jamie Lee Curtis, the marketing, and more. And let's get right to it here. All right, Jonathan, any more talk of a trailer or poster? Well, John, yeah. Well, the release certainly isn't looking great at the moment. I still call it a 50-50 situation. I can tell you definitively that the idea of releasing a poster and or teaser is very much in discussion at the moment. It has been. It's never stopped being in discussion. But I think that from what I understand anyways, again, just telling you what I've heard, not concrete, that there's a lot of talk about them still releasing the poster and a teaser, even if the movie gets backed up. At the end of the day, as long as your teaser doesn't reveal too much, it doesn't hurt, your movie to release a teaser now or release a poster now. And if the movie gets backed up to March or April or December or October, October next year, that is, then the teaser came out early. Big deal. Happens all the time with movies. All the time, bigger movies drop their stuff early. All right. So, again, all eyes should be on the San Diego Comic-Con virtual event. Nothing concrete, but could happen there. And, I mean, the poster especially. There's nothing wrong with people seeing a poster for a movie that might be a year and a couple months away. Right. Toronto Freddy says, why sweat asking people to like? It's supporting the content you're viewing. Absolutely, man. Agreed. The problem is a bunch of people that come in and view the content, not all you guys, because we know we have our supporters here at Fandom Empire that love what we're doing on the channel, and it's appreciated. I mean, look at what we did the other night, albeit one guy alone ended up donating something like $140 via Super Chat. But we had a $227 chat revenue night and a near 100 likes just off the live portion of the stream. Is that going to happen all the time? No, but likes help. Likes don't take away from your hard-earned money, and it's really easy to do. But maybe you're just here to try to get whatever info you can and then get the hell out the door. Who knows? Again, guys, I think a poster's coming. I do. I think it's coming soon. The teaser, who knows? Again, all eyes should be on San Diego Comic-Con. May not even drop there. Who knows at this point? I don't think they know. That's the problem. There's so many chefs in the kitchen. You have to have everybody on board. Christina, does it ever get hard when people hate on something you do? I've wanted to try podcasting or YouTubing for a while now, but don't know if I could handle the abuse. Well, Christina, first off, I think, and I do have to stress this, while we've podcast for several years, we're fairly new to the YouTube game itself, especially on a consistent basis. If you really want to do something and it's what you have passion for, then do it, and who gives a shit what anybody else thinks? Does it help when we have a really healthy chat going to the right-hand side of the screen right now? Yeah, absolutely. Does it help when people are invested in your product and are financially supporting your product? Sure, of course, but that takes time. That absolutely takes time. In terms of the abuse, look, you're going to get people to come in here and hate. For example, there's a guy named Manny that comes in here. He trolls a little bit, but he's nice about it. He's not insulting. He's not, really trying to, upset someone and have them have a mental collapse. But then there's other people that come in here and basically say that you're running clickbait dog shit nonstop and you don't know what you're talking about and everything you get's off Reddit. And my response to that is, one, we've never run anything clickbait ever and never will. Two, we literally had the Loomis information before the test screenings. So explain that. We're definitely not Reddit feeders or readers. All right. Question number 3 from Dorina. How can people send in questions prior to the show or donate to the show and still have it come up during the show? I think I read that right. Okay, so donating to the show when we're not on air, your best bet is to send it via PayPal. I do know there's like a tip site that you can go to that we don't have lined up with our YouTube channel yet. We'll have to look into that. But a free way would be to just send us an email, FandomEmpireLive@gmail.com, and typically we take the first 5, 6, 7 emails and read them on air. Art Wishwood, no movie means no soundtrack, no novelization. I'll be triple pissed. I'm with you too. I'm right with you there. I can tell you that the novelization is done and the soundtrack is done, and I get just as excited for those things too, man. David, I saw you had Dave McRae on the channel and Jimmy. Any chance you get Drum Dums, Wolfman, Leech, or Wham guys on? What do you think of It's Me, Billy? I think that Dave McRae, that is a wonderful, charismatic, Canadian dude who I watch all the time and has helped us out a ton on this channel. Dave is, obviously a gifted voice actor, much more in touch with the industry than even we are here at Fandom Empire. I mean, we have some sources, but Dave's been there. Dave himself has been in the industry. And I think what they're doing with It's Me, Billy is great. I hope they can raise their funds for that to do something with it. Obviously, it's a pandemic, and that makes it a little bit harder to, raise that money during this time. However, at the end of the day, Dave is incredible at what he does. And I think if you've never seen Black Christmas, or if you've seen Black Christmas, getting behind the It's Me, Billy Indiegogo project is absolutely worth every penny. I can tell you that they've worked really hard on that, and I, for one, support it. Yes, Steven, there was talk about Netflix. We will address that a little more in a bit. Oh, Frank. Frank says, Phantom Empire's never baited anyone. Rick Astley has never been seen on their videos. That's beautiful. The old Rick roll. No, we don't clickbait here, guys. If it's not going around, if it hasn't been legitimately mentioned by a source, we typically don't talk about it, which is why even when we addressed the Netflix thing, we addressed it as rumor. We're not reporting it's happening, but there is a chance it could happen. I haven't heard the Amazon thing personally, but Frank himself brought that up in the chat. Amazon could outbid Netflix, no problem. At this point, they're considering everything. Look, if it was a foregone conclusion that Halloween Kills was being backed up, it would already be backed up. They benefit nothing by waiting. They don't. They get to see if maybe they can sneak it in. But I'm telling you, if they'd already decided to back it up, we would know. That simple. As far as Drum Dums, Wolfman, Leech, and Wham, I have spoken with a couple of those guys. A few of them are aware of our channel and that we're out there and we're starting to gain some traction. So I'm sure at some point our paths may or may not cross. We'll see. I know Jimmy will be back on here. Dave will be back on here. But I just want to give a shout out to some guys that maybe don't get as much love as those guys. Like, yeah, they have massive channels. I mean, we're not even at 2,000 subscribers here on this channel. You know, some of those channels have hundreds of Patreon subscribers and are getting thousands of dollars each month to do what they're doing. And hey, that's not I'm not knocking them. That's great. But some of the smaller YouTube channels that have just as good information, guys like Nick Push and Braden Timmons, they're awesome. You know, I can tell you that I think I became Facebook friends with Braden. I'm going to reach out to him. But Nick and I are going to get together and do something too. He doesn't get the recognition he deserves. So hopefully we can help justify that and grow together. It's not just about 4 or 5 channels. It's about just the horror community and Halloween community in general. Jonathan Nichols, how about Cecil from The Horror Show? He's a good dude and loves to talk. Is Cecil the one doing Dylan's New Nightmare? I believe it is. Pizwell is a great guy. Look, we're going to try to... Look, the one thing I learned from doing podcasting for years, albeit it was more or less based around Star Wars, is doing collaborations helps everybody out. It does. And not just to have the same people on all the time, because that shtick can get old. But have different people, different voices. Have a variety in who you have on, males and females. And we're going to do a lot. Jonathan says, yes. I can't wait to see what they do with that. I don't know Cecil personally. I've seen him on Dave's channel a couple of times. Be cool to talk to. Again, we're a small channel, not even at 2,000 likes yet, but the support we do have is pretty strong. All right. Adam, you said you might have a Halloween fan film in the works. Any details? Well, I can tell you this, Adam. It's not going to be the level of It's Me, Billy, or Dylan's New Nightmare or anything like that. We're just not equipped to do something like that. However, I don't know if fan film's the right way or the right thing to call it, as much as I would say I think the appropriate term would probably be a series of shorts that we're going to do. So we might do a Fandom Empire Live, and then at the end of it, there's a 2-minute short that plays. And I think we're going to film a bunch of those. We already have a bunch of small scripts written. And a lot of them, don't take them too seriously, because some of them are going to be definitely done with some dark humor. All righty. What do we got here? How about we announce a giveaway of sorts, a draw? So the other night on our stream, we showed off a Halloween Kills concept mask. Not the identical mask from Halloween Kills. This one's done a little more to the extreme. And again, much in the... It definitely resembles the Kills mask, is very close to it. Excuse me. So this mask right here, the one that got lost, this one right here, and we'll show another angle of it. We were showing off this beauty the other day. So the masks that we have, we've decided there's still some more details to iron out. but we want to give back to you guys in some way. So this is how we're going to do it. I've sat down with our good buddy Mike, who we have a partnership with. And we're going to do a giveaway. And this is what it's going to be, is we are going to give away a Halloween Kills concept mask. I shouldn't say giveaway. I need to call it a draw, because it's not free, but it's not going to cost a lot either. We're going to do something here anyway for a Halloween Kills concept mask. So it's close to the movie, it's close to the mask you'll see in the movie. Take a drink before I trip over my words some more. We're going to give out a Halloween Kills concept mask. Again, it's a little overdone. It won't be identical to what you see on screen, although we might do one of those too. We're going to reveal, hopefully next Friday, one of these masks in high quality. That's the extreme one. I keep calling it the extreme one because we requested it to be overdone. And then we're going to show off a darn near close to identical screen version of the Halloween Kills mask. So what we want to do is we want to give away a mask. So starting officially probably Monday, but we're going to allow some people to get in on it now if they want. Starting Monday, or you could call this the pre-sale, this is what we're going to do. If you want a chance at winning this mask, this is what you need to do. You have to sign up for our Patreon, www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. It does not need to be the highest tier. It can be the lowest tier. Anywhere from $2 at the lowest tier to the highest tier, $13, which includes the monthly AMA, Lampkin Lane AMA. But if you want to win this mask, you need to sign up for the Patreon. So this is exclusive to Patrons only. And you can sign up for as little as $2. And then you can purchase tickets for this draw. You can purchase one ticket, which will be $15, 2 tickets, which will be $25, or 3 tickets, which will be $35. Now, you'll only be allowed to purchase 3 tickets. You won't be allowed to purchase any more. And you'll literally have a chance, considering it's only to our patrons, at winning this Halloween Kills mask. Which I think is great. Concept mask. Halloween Kills concept mask. Again, $15 for a ticket, $25 for 2, $35 for 3, and you have to be a patron. And it's a steal because the amount of work that Mike does, one, provides the mask. It is a rehauled, 2018 TOTS mask. But he's putting tons of hours of work into these masks. He is spending tons of money to get this thing out. These masks, probably retail value, if these were sold, at retail, you're probably looking at $300 a mask. And we are going to, give one away basically. Not for free, but so it is what it is. Let's go over this again now that I'm not tripping over my words. First up, if you want a chance to win the Halloween Kills concept mask, which will be given away in August, you need to sign up for the Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. And I've just posted the link. I don't know if it works, but at least the URL, copy and paste it down in the chat below. So you need to be a Patreon supporter to be involved in this, guys. Second of all, you'll have to purchase tickets, which you'll do via PayPal. And it won't be some random draw where it's done behind closed doors. It's like, oh, and somehow a Fandom Empire staff member has won the draw. This is good. Think old school Royal Rumble here. You're going to see us put a bunch of names into a big container, shake it up on a live stream, and we might do 2 rounds or we might just do 1 round. And Hell, maybe we'll do 2 masks. Well, I'll have to wait and see how generous we are. But yeah, if you're interested in doing this, sign up for the Patreon, www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. You must be an active member in order to purchase tickets. And once you are, you can purchase tickets again, 1 for $15, 2 for $25, and 3 for $35. Again, big thanks to Mike for this, and more details on that as we go, guys. Obviously, tickets got to be purchased in order to give a mask away. If only 1 or 2 people purchase tickets, that's not going to work out too well. But I imagine there's more than enough people interested. So get in on that. And in terms of how much it's going to cost to purchase a mask outright, I've seen someone ask that. We will reveal those details soon. I assure you it's not going to be $15, $25, or $35, though. It'll be much more than that. All right, super chat from Jake D, who I'm still not convinced isn't Jake Damon, but we'll see. I'm a little worried about how they're going to cram these movies into one night. Kills and ends would almost have to be in real time unless we want to watch the sunrise. Your thoughts? That'd be an interesting way to end Halloween. It ends on a sunrise. Maybe a little too much like Halloween 2. Your concerns are warranted. It's one of my biggest issues too. I like slow burns, but cramming 3 movies into one night is difficult. Does anybody actually know what time it was when, local time anyways, when Halloween 2018 ended? Because I have no idea. I have no idea at all. It had to be, best case scenario, like 10:30 at night. That's best case. It's probably closer to midnight. And yeah, these movies are basically going to have to be real time. So they're my thoughts, Jake. I'm with you. I would be open to the idea of Halloween Ends taking place later, like the following year or something, but it does seem like they're cramming all these movies into one night, and I won't be surprised if Halloween Ends on a sunrise. So I'm with you on that one, but you definitely have some really, really good concerns, because it worries me too. Big thanks, Jim. Just seen your message, dude. Again, actually, that's the 3rd message I've already got on the Halloween Kills concept mask. Here's how you're going to do it, guys. Again, one more time. Sign up for the Patreon if you want a chance to win the Halloween Kills concept mask. www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. Don't wait. Go sign up right now. You can even sign up for the lowest tier. It's completely up to you. And then you got to purchase tickets. You can purchase as many as 3 or as little as 1. 1 is $15, 2 is $25, 3 is $35. If you need more information or help on doing this, either reach out to our Instagram page, FandomEmpireNow, messages there, or you can reach out to our Twitter, FandomEmpireNow, messages there, or you can message me personally on Facebook, Sean Giroux, ShawnGeroux, for those that are interested. Let's continue on, though, guys. We had some more questions, and we only got about 15 minutes left on the show, so definitely want to get all these in. If anybody else has anything they want to add, get your super chats in now. We'll turn to the chat in just a little bit. Mike brings up a good point in the chat. So if you think about it, Halloween Kills and Ends is actually going to be in November. I think that's accurate. Where were we here? Jerome, how soon do you think you'll be doing live watch-alongs? First of all, there's got to be interest from people that watch these live streams in watching the same movie together. Now, obviously, I can't have the movie play on the screen. We would start it at the same point and then commence with like a live chat during the movie. Soon, I hope. I would like to do it. Let's test the waters right now. To the 62 of you guys and gals that are still checking this out, how many of you guys are interested in doing some live watch-alongs, whether we go back and watch an old Halloween movie together, we go back and watch an old Nightmare movie, or Friday the 13th, or Scream, you name it. How many of you guys want to do some live watch-alongs together. Comment now in the live chat. Let's see how much interest there is. We definitely have some interest in doing it. I see Evan, the movie guy, says Dave McRae does live commentary on a movie every week. I love Dave, but Dave doesn't have a 6-month-old and a preteen and a wife. He has other things that keeps him busy for sure. We definitely will not be doing it every single week. But what we'd like to do is maybe do 1 or 2 a month, open the floor for some super chats during it and just normal, just talk amongst one another. But yeah, no, it's something we've been considering. It's a matter of lining up the right movies, the right schedule, and making sure there's interest from you guys. So again, Fandom Empire is growing, and we got a lot coming. And I want to take this time to actually let you guys know everything that is happening at Fandom Empire. First up, the Camp Haddonfield podcast, which will actually come out tomorrow and not today. Again, apologies. And it's not the episode we recorded on YouTube. So more stuff dropped, and we will have a different Camp Haddonfield episode drop tomorrow. We do the RIPC podcast twice a month, which is a rated R podcast with, unfiltered talk and lots of swearing about movies. Last night we recorded The Dark Knight Rises, and the week before I think we recorded The Dark Knight. Both of those will be available for download on all major platforms in the next week. We have the Star Wars Renegades podcast, which has been on a little hiatus due to scheduling. It's back next week. We have Fandom Empire Live. Here's a question I had for you because we've been getting some requests from people. So Fandom Empire Live is a live stream show each and every Friday, time varying, obviously. We chose to go early today simply because Dave wasn't doing a show today, and we don't want an audience to choose between his show and our show. We get it. A lot of people watch both channels. When we first started doing this, we didn't know if we should do one show a week or one show every other week, and then the demand happened. Sometimes we have hundreds of people in here at once. Sometimes we go anywhere from 40 to 80 people. Sometimes the super chats are up at, $100, $30, $20. Sometimes they're $5. At the end of the day, though, the support for live streams and the great conversation we've had going on has been incredible. So someone asked me, and I don't remember who, so I apologize for not remembering who. But I can tell you guys, we've had asked a few times, would we consider doing 2 live stream shows a week and less pre-produced videos? And I don't know how I feel about that. First of all, I like the live stream shows. Super chats are not. Obviously, super chats help. It gives me more freedom to be down here because that money goes back into the channel. And, they definitely help keep the channel going. Where are you guys at that are listening right now live? Would you like us to do 2 live shows a week and maybe 1 or 2 pre-produced videos? Or would you rather us keep doing 3 or 4 pre-produced videos and 1 live show a week? So basically, 1 live show a week and more pre-produced content, or 2 live shows a week and less pre-produced content. Let us know. Obviously, we had a couple of pop-up shows this week, which was unexpected and people seem to love. And that's great. But it is what it is. So let us know, guys. Comment in the chat right now. 1 live stream show a week or 2. If it's 1, we do more pre-produced content. If it's 2 live stream shows a week, there will be less pre-produced content. There's only so much time in a day to do this stuff, and I can't add more time to the already busy schedule. So let us know in the chat right now quickly. 1 live show or 2 live shows, and we'll take that into consideration. Again, 1 live show means more pre-produced content. 2 live shows means less pre-produced content. Again, if you guys want a chance to win that Halloween Kills concept mask, go hit us up on Patreon, www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. You can sign up for as little as $2 a month and then buy tickets from there. I'll reach out to some of the patrons individually and do it. All right, we have a couple more questions to get to here. Oh, I missed a super chat. Apologies. Wayne, my bad. My favorite line from Halloween 4 is still, Ah, shit, Earl, it's Ted Hollister. Yeah, when they accidentally shoot at the wrong fucking guy in the bush. I fucking love Halloween 4, Wayne. Absolutely love Halloween 4. And because it's my favorite Halloween movie, I do think if we start doing 1 or 2 live watch-alongs a month, I feel like it would be criminal to not start with Halloween 4. You know, if we start doing the live watch-alongs, and might get the wife involved with that one too, I think it'd be fun, and we definitely won't watch the movies necessarily in order, but I'd love to start. I would love to start anyway with Halloween 4, it being my favorite Halloween movie. Frank in the chat says the current format is good, meaning 1 live stream show a week and a bunch of pre-produced content. It's Frank's way of saying, I've had enough of your shit, Sean. Marcus Hicks says 1 live stream a week. We got a bunch of 2 live streams a week, so we'll definitely consider it. And then again, guys, like if something massive breaks and I have the availability to go live, we'll go live. Absolutely. Johnny says the mask ruins it for me with Halloween 4. Yeah, the mask is dog shit. There's no doubt about that. But the rest of the movie is brilliant. Where are we here? Jamie sends an email. Scream or Hellraiser? Well, Jamie, I have only seen Hellraiser once. And if we're just talking about the first movies in those franchises, I have to go with Scream. I really like Scream 1 and 2. I like 3 and 4 a lot less. But Scream was a game changer at the time. It sort of reinvented the genre, for better or for worse. And at the end of the day, and yeah. Frank, it has to fit your schedule, Sean. Kids won't wait. Yes, exactly. Frank is absolutely right. At the end of the day, guys, if we do 2 live streams, it's going to be less pre-produced content. If we do 1 live stream, it'll be more pre-produced content. It'll be the same amount of time going into the channel. And as you've seen earlier when we tried to go live, we had Reno on, and then the other day we had Johnny on, and we will have more people on as we go forward. Guys, we're going to go 5 or 10 more minutes, so if you have any last super chats to get in, now's the time to do it. We have a few more things to address here. I mentioned the Halloween credits, so we're going to go there, but if there's a time to either ask about how to be able to get in on the mask giveaway or send in your last super chat questions, this will be our last video until... What's today? Friday. We probably won't have another one till Monday, and that'll be a pre-produced video. Sunday or Monday. Okay, so this is what's been going on. Oops, that's the wrong button. Way to go, Sean. So this is what's been going on. People have found the need to get out there, apparently, and spread rumors about this happens during the end credits, or that happens during the end credits, or you have to wait till the end credits starts of Halloween Kills. And then, much like the MCU movies, there's this scene that plays afterwards, and it's just fucking brilliant. I'm all for getting hype going for a movie, guys, regardless if it's coming in a few months or 15 months, you know. All for getting hype going. Why not get hyped? We need stuff to be positive about. But for all the people that nag on, you know, us for being clickbaity, which we definitely aren't, I've never seen bigger horse shit in my life. So let's just set the fucking record straight right now. Anybody who is telling any of you guys that anything happens in the end credits, could they have inside information? Yeah. We know firsthand that there's been something considered for the end credits. You'll notice I said something and not a scene. But anybody's telling you that definitively something's in the end credits is just talking out of their ass more than likely. Because I can tell you right now, at the test screening for Halloween Kills, which happened earlier this year, the credits that played at the end weren't even for Halloween Kills. They were credits from Halloween 2018 they played at the end. So anybody that's like, yeah, I was at the test screening, and you should have seen the scene. Oh, my God. Dr. Wynn goes and saves Michael, and they go to a Dunkin' Donuts. They kill everybody in there, and Michael picks up a Boston cream for himself, takes his mask off, and eats that mother canucker. No. they haven't seen the fucking credits because there were none. In the test screening, they used the Halloween 2018 credits. So that shit that's going on down there, forget it. Doesn't happen. At the moment, I'm currently wondering if anybody's actually listening to what I'm saying or if everybody's caught up in their little conversation they got going in the chat, which is great. I'm like, maybe I should just stop talking and get involved in the chat conversation. Oh, God. Frank. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Fucking Rick, man. You got an obsession, an unhealthy obsession with Rick. Good God. Toronto Freddy, I'm paying you this to beat those construction workers who messed up your internet. Appreciated, Toronto Freddy. That said, I don't know if $5 is enough to get arrested for. Alvaro, I love donuts. You know what? I'm picky. I'm very picky with what kind of donuts I eat. I get it. I'm not a skinny dude. Obviously not. But I'm very picky about what I eat. Spooky guy, sorry I'm late. Yes, you are, man. We got like 5 minutes left in the show. Pleasure to have you. I can tell you right now, Spooky guy, we announced we're going to do a giveaway for a Halloween Kills concept mask. You have to be a Patreon subscriber, which you are. Thank you for supporting the channel on that level. And if you're a Patreon subscriber, you'll be able to buy tickets for a Halloween Kills mask concept giveaway. $15 for one, $25 for two, or $35 for three. A chance to get a mask that's worth hundreds of dollars for as little as $35, actually as little as $15 technically. What do we got here? No end scene, says Blunt. Michael ate donuts with Dr. Wynn. Okay, so funny little story here. I'll have to see if I can find the footage. Way back in, I think, 2009, I was involved in a Halloween fan film my cousin was doing. I did a little behind-the-scenes work and also starred in it. And I played this, fat, crippled sheriff named Dan Cochran, inspired by, obviously, one Colonel Cochran from Halloween 3. And he gets on the phone and he says something along, again, I'm just talking in the way that I talked at that time. Michael Myers, ... I wonder if this is the same Michael Myers that said we're going to do nothing for 2.5 hours. Who knows? There's 10,000 Michael Myers out there. Anyways, I remember, so there's this scene in the fan film. I pick up the phone, and my character thinks that kids are playing a prank on him. And he gets on the phone. He says something along the lines of, you fucking bullshitting kids. Michael Myers is a fucking sissy. So he's going on, and he's calling Michael Myers a sissy. A little bitch, basically. Little does he know, the camera switches, and on the other end of the phone is Michael Myers. Long story short, my character's role in that fan film ends with Michael Myers making me choke on a sprinkled donut. Facts did happen. I'll try to find footage of it. Wayne, Judith Myers lives. Now I'm fucking with you. Yeah, no, Judith, very dead. Very, very dead. Michael Myers says they better not delay his movie. Well, Mike, we hope not. We definitely hope not. All right, guys, I think we only have a couple more questions in. I'm trying to see if we missed anything. Also, I seen this pointed out a couple of times. If you follow Jamie Lee Curtis on Instagram, she posted a picture of her with a mask, just, again, telling people to wear their masks, stay safe. Obviously, it was a Michael Myers mask design that was on it, which was cool. But does that mean anything that's about Halloween specifically? No, I don't think so. Anyways, guys and gals, that is going to do it for Fandom Empire Live. Would have loved to sit down and talk for half an hour longer, but I got a lot of traveling to go. This is one of these times where I wish I had a setup in my car where the phone just sort of sits on the dash when I click record. and we continue the conversation for the length of the drive. Not only would that just totally kill my data, it's probably not realistic, but it'd be fun. So some things to consider, guys, to recap. First up, if you want a chance to win the Halloween Kills concept mask, which is just fucking magnificent, we'll show it one more time on here. It's along these lines anyways. Very, very similar to this, if not identical. So this mask right here, if you want a chance to win, which has hundreds of dollars of work put into it. If you want to be the proud owner of this thing right here, you want to sign up for the Fandom Empire Patreon, www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire, any tier you want, and then buy a ticket. That's how you do that. Also, we asked you guys if you want to do some live watch-alongs. We'll take that into you can tell it's time to go. We'll take that into consideration, get back to you guys, and maybe sometime in the next month, we'll sit down and do our first live watch-along. Big thanks to Toronto Freddy and Frank Riker in the chat doing their shit again. I don't know if anyone in life makes me laugh more than Frank at this point. Just being honest. Big thank you to those that provided super chats. Yeah, it wasn't a $227 day, but even $28 goes a long way. Big thank you to all you guys that submitted questions that we tried to get to. And big thanks to Reno, who sadly didn't get to be nearly as big a part of this as we thought he'd be. And we'll see you guys on the next video, which I believe will be Sunday and or Monday. And the next live stream currently slated for next Friday. Can't imagine there'll be one before that, but you never know. Stay tuned to the Facebook page, Fandom Empire, or the group, Fandom Empire Den, or Twitter, @FandomEmpireNow, or Instagram, FandomEmpireNow, for more announcements. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for us. Have a great fucking weekend. Happy 4th of July to all of our American listeners. Happy belated Canada Day for all my fellow Canadians out there. Stay safe. Enjoy time with the family, because at the end of the day, that's what counts. I'm out of here. Travel safe. We'll see you next time. That guy back there, the boogeyman, probably his last week being the main centerpiece on this show, is in fact coming. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye. Ciao.